Welcome back, Saint Stuff fans. I'm your host, Wes Brown. I would like to thank y'all for all the positive comments I've been getting online, through Facebook, and through texting me individually. I just wanted to give a special shout out to Chris Bodan for winning the scorecards from a couple videos ago, the Josh Allen and Juju Smith-Schuster. I really appreciate the feedback, and I just want to give that shout out here. So today I want to discuss potential breakout candidates for the Saints defense for this upcoming year. So I have three names for potential breakout players that I think will have a big impact, not necessarily, MVP numbers, but at the same time, big impact on the Saints defense as a whole. So anybody could say Cam Jordan, he had a down year. Anybody could say Demario Davis. I'm talking about potential breakout players that are very low-level name right now and could potentially be somebody that is all over SportsCenter and possibly with some great highlights. So let's talk about first candidate right off the bat, David Onyemata. I think David Onyemata has a great chance at being a very high-quality player for us this time next year. He has, obviously he's in the defensive tackle rotation. He's played high-quality numbers for us in the past, the defensive end numbers, rotation that we have. He had 44 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and he played 599 snaps for us last year. That was 57% of all of our defensive snaps. So I think that number has a potential to go up. No Sheldon Rankins, no Trey Hendrickson. He headlines a defensive line unit that doesn't have the same depth as it once did last year. So I think David Onyemata has a great chance to be a potential breakout player for the Saints this upcoming year. My second person, which is funny, I'm going to give you all a heads up now. All three of these are pass rushers. So my second person who I think is a potential breakout player is Marcus Davenport. He has had very good years for us at this, or he's had years where he has flashes of brilliance and greatness, and you could see that burst that he has, that initial jump off the snap. But then there's times he's like lazy, and you can tell he's a little lost, and he gets off the ball slow. He isn't able to make it past the offensive tackle very, very well. So he has games where he struggles mightily. But I'm hoping that this is the year that he puts it all together. So I think this could be potentially his breakout year, especially because it is a contract year for him. So he had 21 tackles, 1.5 sacks. He played 374 snaps for us, and that was 35.7% of all of our defensive snaps. So I think this is an opportunity for him to get in the rotation, be a starting defensive end. This is an every down type of player that we could potentially have. It'd be great if he could put all this together and be opposite of Cam Jordan. So I think he honestly has a chance to put up some really good numbers here. So I'm going to say he is our second potential breakout player on our defensive unit. Third defensive player that I think has a great opportunity in front of him is Carl Granderson. I think he has a great opportunity. He only recorded 14 tackles for us this last year and 5 sacks. He had 291 snaps, which was 27.8% of all of our defensive snaps he played. So that's every 1 out of every 4 snaps, basically, Carl Granderson is getting some playing time, which is great. That means he was a very rotational piece for us. Maybe that was when Cam Jordan got tired. Maybe that was when Marcus Davenport got tired. Either way, he rotated in and had good numbers. That 5 sacks was something that really stood out to me, thinking, wow, this has a potential to be, if he could put a little bit more time in and get that motor running, I think he could honestly bump that up to 10 sacks, really, if the opportunity was given to him. So I would like to see that happen this year. Part of the reason I went with these 3 players is obviously anybody can go with our MVPs of our defense, the Cam Jordans, the Marshawn Lattimores, the Marcus Williams, the Demario Davises. I mean, those are the people that have an opportunity to be MVP and breakout players every year. These are names that are not quite high on the radar, but I think have an opportunity to be big names for us in this time next year. Trey Hendrickson would have been on this list last year. So with the way our defense has changed over this offseason, we have managed to keep our secondary mainly intact with the leaving of our second corner, which is still needing to be filled. Our linebackers still have some question marks, but our defensive line as a whole has question marks, but opportunity is there waiting to be taken. So that's why I went with these 3 players. So last but not least, I want to discuss, I have 2 more cards to give away on this channel. I have a Max Crosby card Defensive end, this is when he was with the Oakland Raiders. And then a Brandon Cooks card, wide receiver, this is when he was with Houston Texans. So I have 2 more cards that are willing to be given away. Just please comment your favorite player, to discuss something that you liked in this video, discuss something you didn't like, just comment whatever you feel. So I love hearing the feedback and appreciate it. So I thank y'all very much, and who dat?